the recording.
Okay. Because I had some teachers that they have their Zoom classes with their kids at this time, so.
Yeah, I couldn't find a time that worked for every single person. So I'm just going to record this, and hopefully people will be able to view it and get some good stuff. And we can always practice.
Okay.
So if you would please, since we have people from both schools, if you could introduce yourself in the chat, just tell us which school you're at and what you teach, what grade level you teach, just so everybody can get to know each other. And then those of you who are just coming in, if you could join my Google Classroom as we're coming. So hello, Mr. Luna. We're all, hello, Miss Richardson, or no, Robertson. If you would please join my Google Classroom, and then if you want to post in the chat what you teach and where you teach it, we have teachers from both of my campuses in here today. So I'm looking forward to kind of having a bit of a merging of the minds. And if you're able to, unless you're talking, if you could mute your mic so that we don't get a lot of feedback, that would be really helpful. And I'm going to start here in about 1 more minute. I just want to give everybody a chance to join my Google Classroom. This is going to give us a chance to see, so that you can see from the teacher side and the student side, because you'll be the student in there, how the EdPuzzle is going to work. As we go through today, if you have questions, I want to be able to answer all your questions, but I'm going to do that at the end of the class. So if you could if you have a question, if you could type it into the chat box in Zoom, then I'll make sure that I'll read those at the end, and I'll make sure all the questions are addressed.
Miss Chrissy, are we gonna need the EdPuzzle add-on?
I have not included that particular piece in my training for today, but there is an add-on that you can use. But today we're just going to focus on the use of EdPuzzle and how it integrates with Google Classroom.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go on and move forward. So I'm going to close out of this window, and I'm going to go to my EdPuzzle screen. Let's see. Let me go to the chat really quickly, because I wanted to type in the chat. If you didn't get it, let me type in my Google Classroom code, 2GRMVHY. Okay, so if people come in late, if someone could kind of tell them the Google Classroom code, so I'm going to go on and get started. Again, if you have questions, you can type them in the chat, and I'll make sure that those questions are addressed at the end. So this is EdPuzzle. I just went to the website edpuzzle.com. Now, if you have not been here before, you're going to click to sign up, and then you're going to choose I am a teacher. Now, the best thing to do is to sign in with Google. Anytime that's an opportunity, you want to go on and use it and use your district Google account. If you sign up with EdPuzzle, that's fine, but we want everything to be connected. And because we have a Google account and we have Google classes within that account, we want those to be connected. So I already have an account, so I'm going to go on and log in. I'm going to choose again that I am a teacher. And again, I'm going to sign in with my Google account, which is going to let me choose my Google account. Okay, so really logging in is that easy. Now, if I go over here to my account, if you notice, it does show that my school is Thurgood Marshall Elementary. That's because when I did it, that was the school that I chose when I created my account. So up here at the top, I wanted to go over this really quickly. So we have a content page, which is the page that I'm on now. There's a gradebook page, which will have, once I have my classes connected in here, I'm gonna connect the Google Classroom class here in just a second. And then if I go over here to my classes, this shows that how I'm going to add my first class. So I can either add a class, create a brand new class, or I can link it with Google Classroom. So I'm going to show you both really fast. I'm going to go to add a new class. Now this is if I don't have Google Classroom. Okay, so I would enter a class name here. So I'm going to have class, or I'm just going to say EdPuzzle. P-U-Z-Z-L-E. There you go. Now, this is the important part down here at the bottom. Down here where it says classic or open. So there's two different types of classes. The classic class will give your students their own usernames and passwords. So if you wanted to create a class that had their own usernames and passwords, that is the class that you would want to go to. If you wanted an open class for just quick practice, an open class means that you just have to enter a class code to join in, and then they will join in specifically like that. So no account required. So you'll see your students' progress with no account required. So depending on how you have your class set up, those are the two types of classrooms. So classic, students log in or sign up, you get the most out of the analytics. So this will show you, the classic view does give you a little bit more control over what you see in the grade book, whereas the open class might be better for younger students, like kinder for second, maybe second could go either way. Okay, so I'm gonna go on and cancel this, but if that's the way you wanna go, you can do that. If you have Google Classroom, this is gonna be your best bet. So we're gonna click here with Google Classroom, and it's gonna want me to sign into my Google account, which I'm gonna do that again. And it wants me to manage coursework, view the email addresses. I'm going to go on and allow all that. And as it loads, you can see on the left here that these are all the Google Classroom classes that I currently have as a teacher. So I'm going to select the EdPuzzle Training Google Classroom because that's the one that we're using, and import class. Okay, so making classes is that easy, especially when it's for when you're using it with Google Classroom. So if I go to class options, I can choose to just add a description here, or I can delete the class. I don't want to do that, but I wanted to show that to you. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the content because there are 4 different ways to create content in EdPuzzle. And I'm going to kind of briefly discuss all the different ways that we can create content. The first one is by using that fancy document camera that you have in your class. I know that it's stuck in your classroom and you can't really use it right now, but when we do get back to class, you can make videos using either the iZiggy that you have or the some of the Elmos that we have in classroom will make videos, and then you can upload those to your EdPuzzle and create little videos for that. You can also, on your iPad, you can do a screencast on your iPad and make a video that way. Like if you wanted to show them how to do something like a math problem and using a drawing app. That you can also video yourself teaching, like on the whiteboard. Like if you set up your iPad or your laptop to make a recording of you while you're teaching at your whiteboard, that's another way that you can create videos. And then you can also screencast like yourself giving a PowerPoint presentation or something like that. Now I have created a video that I saved on my laptop that I'm going to use for our editing features. But those are 4 different ways that you can create your own content, but that is not the only way that you can use this. if you notice here on the left-hand side where it says home and then curriculum, let's say that I wanted to search the curriculum. And if I have middle school, high school, but we're going to stick with elementary. And then I can choose videos by subjects, videos by grade, and then it gives me some popular ones as I scroll down here. Now this is more limited, but I'm going to show it to you. So let's say I wanted to do states of matter, and there's a video right here. So if I wanted to click it to select it, it's going to bring me right into my editor screen. I'm going to talk more about this in just a second. I'm not going to go over this right now, but I wanted to point out to you over here on the right-hand side, I have 4 question options here throughout this video. The video is 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Most of the questions, if you can see down here at the bottom, are at the end of the video. An open-ended question is where students would type in an answer, or I also have 2 multiple choice options and then another open-ended. Then down here, I have the editing options, which we're going to talk about after a little bit. I can copy this, I can assign it to my class, or I can share it. The share link is if I wanted to share a link to this video through another platform, such as Seesaw, the share link is how I would do that. So, but this is just one way to get content. So I'm going to go back here and tap at the top where it says content. Then I also am going to search for content up here. If I search for the same states of matter up here in the search content, I get even more videos. Now, these are videos that other teachers have created and used it within EdPuzzle. So not only do I have the curriculum content available to me here, I also have the content that other teachers have used. And I did like this particular video because it offered a lot of different choices. Look at all the different questions down here. I can see where the questions are. This one I think it had 10 questions in it. And then let's say that I like this. I can play it. I can watch it. It looks like it might even be a YouTube video. Now, before I talk too much about YouTube videos, I wanted to let you know that if you're going to use a YouTube video, you always want to view the video in its entirety first, and then you can ask for it to be unblocked. And I will share that. I've shared that link before with you if you want to use that, but that link will we have to unblock those. And now that we're learning from home, then those videos as we need them, they will be unblocked. So I will share that with you later at the end. I'll put it in the chat screen. So notice this is a YouTube video that I would need to verify is unblocked before I assign it to my students. So that's 2 ways of getting content within EdPuzzle. So I'm going to click on the content button, and notice I already copied this one to my own content. Now this says other in your school. I don't recognize these names. They may have been at Thurgood Marshall before I was there, but these are some other videos of other people in my school. And as people in our school use more and more videos, they will appear there. So one other way I wanted to kind of show you about content was through YouTube, because I can search for my own YouTube videos, and I have one right here. Like, let's say I wanted to do the 7 Wonders of the World video, and let's say that I watched it, I wanted to use it in my class, and I am going to copy the web address here, and I'm going to paste it directly into the search window. And as I click search, it's going to come up with this video, and I can then choose to cut the video. If I wanted to choose a certain piece of it, I can add my own voiceover. And again, we'll go over all of these editing features here in just a second. And then I can go here and I can add questions wherever I want to add the questions. So those are lots of different ways to add, to find content that's already created that you can use. So the video is already created. We're going to add the questions here in just a second. I'm going to go back. I'm going to click finish here because it said it was saved automatically. I can edit again later if I want, but I'm going to go to content because I have a video that I'm going to upload because I made a screencast video, and that's the one that I'm going to use because I already know exactly where I want to add the questions. And so I'm going to take you through this whole process of how to add the questions and edit my content. So I'm going to go here to my content on the left side. Now, when I go to my content over here, it has the one video on states of matter that I already tabbed, and I have this edited that we're going to, with the 10 questions. I've uploaded the 7 wonders of the world video. That one is there that I can also add questions to. But I'm going to do this add content button in the top area because I am going to notice I can create a video right here within EdPuzzle. I can upload a video, which is what I'm going to do, or a student project or a new folder. But I'm going to go to upload a video. I'm going to choose my file. And on my desktop, it's this helpful resources video that I already made. Now I made this video by using a screencast on my laptop. You can make your own videos using the same thing. Two of my favorite screencasting video software. One is Screencast-O-Matic, which is my one of my favorites. And then another one that I haven't used as much, but I keep hearing, is called Screencastify. So Screencastify, they're both are going to be good screencasting softwares. And I don't know why this is taking forever to prepare. So I guess I'm going to go on and try to edit one of these other videos. We'll come back to this one. I wasn't prepared for that taking so long because when I tested this before, it did not take so long. So maybe there's something going on with my Wi-Fi. Okay, so let's say I wanted to look at this states of matter. And I'm going to go over here to edit. Now when I edit it, it gives me, let's see here. Okay.
And we did a whole video about.
Okay, so over here on the left, if I clicked on the question on the left-hand side, it will jump me to that question. And so this is the question. That matter is anything that has blank and takes up blank. And I can choose what I want here. Now let's say that I like this, but instead of having a fill in the blank, that I wanted to edit that a little bit differently. So I'm going to click on the editing button. And now I can change the sentence. So it says matter is anything that has blank and takes up blank. I can choose, let's see, anything. Let's say I only wanted it to have one. So I can edit that to say has weight and takes up blank. So now I'm going to edit this out. And I want to add another answer choice. But I wanted mass to be the actual word that I chose. So now when I save that question,
And we did a whole.
That question is now changed to be a multiple choice. That anything that has, oh, I messed that up anyway. I wanted this to be my blank and takes up space. Has pennies, just to get us going. Pennies, P-E-N-N. There we go. That's how you spell pennies. And save.
And we.
Okay. So if I rewind it a little bit,
You ever hear someone say you look like $1 million? Well, you do, but you also look like 1,000,000 particles. Let me explain. You and I are both made of matter. I don't mean we matter like we're important, even though of course we are. I mean we actually are matter. Matter, as you know, is anything that has weight and takes up space. And we
so again, if you notice, it stopped automatically, and now it's using the one that I have, and I get that it's the word is different in the two questions, but I wanted you to see how you can edit this. So another thing that I can do in addition to, and I can edit all of these questions. If I wanted to delete a question, I could totally do that. Like let's say on this open-ended question, let's say I didn't want that one there. So I'm going to click on the trash can button, and that's going to remove that question entirely. But if I wanted to now add a different question, I can. Here are my 3 question choices. So I can add a multiple choice question, I can add an open-ended question, or this is like to add a written comment, like an audio note. So if I wanted to put some encouraging words in there, like you're doing a great job, keep going, or whatever, I could do that here. I could put those words in. I could add a note. So let's say that as I continue to go, oh, also, like these questions seem to be kind of bunched up together. So if I wanted you guys to see that I can also move them around. If I didn't like where they were located or spaced out, I could move the spacing of the questions. Okay, so not only could I edit the question content, I can choose the question, I can edit the wording of the question choices, I can change the question style. So there's lots of different ways that I can add questions. Okay, I'm noticing there are some questions in the chat. And there we go. I wanted to address some of those. Okay, good. Thank you, Donna, for telling Ms. Cara the Google Classroom class. So let me go back. I'm going to click on finish, because now if you notice, it's kind of spaced my questions out differently. It's changed the questions around that I have asked that I wanted to. And if I wanted to then assign it to my class, I could do that here, but I don't have to. So I'm going to go back to content. I want to see if my video that I created, yes, okay. So this is my helpful resources video, and now I am going to edit it. So I was going to kind of walk you through this process. It is my video, I think it's like 3 minutes. 3 minutes, and yes, 3 minutes and 11 seconds. So I was going to kind of show you my process and what I would do. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, I was kind of touched on, but I didn't actually get there, is on the other video of the States and Matter. Let's say I didn't want them to hear her voice at all. One of the ways that we can make these videos, that content that you get from other people, to be more personable is to add your own voice. And I'll go back and touch on that in just a second, but I didn't want to forget again that you can add your own voice. So that's to that States of Matter video that I had a second ago. I could, if I wanted to have a different script, a different wording entirely, and I wanted them to hear my voice on it, I could do that. So here I'm going to go to the questions, and I am going to, so as I'm going to play the video, and then as I come up with as I click one of these 2 question options, it's going to automatically stop the video, and it's going to allow me to put the question in there. So here I go. I'm going to press play, and then I'm going to add a multiple choice question and an open-ended question throughout the video. Hello. This video is going to show you a few things that we have available on our website, on the GPIC website, so that you can have more content for your students, and you can help direct them to some areas where we have provided help and support and videos. So first off, we're going to go to the Parents and Students tab at the top. I'm going to click one time. And then I'm going to scroll down here to library resources. Okay, so I want to actually add a multiple choice question here. So I clicked multiple choice question. It stopped my video in the exact spot that I wanted it to stop. And I'm going to say, what did I click on to get to the library resources? And then I can say up here, for staff, library resources, for parents and students. And then if I wanted to add more, I can here. That one isn't the right answer, but that one is the right answer. And now I'm going to click save. It's going to add that question right there. And again, if I wanted to click and drag, like let's say I wanted it in a little different spot, I could do that. I would just click and drag this question to the spot that I wanted it. So I'm going to continue to press play, and I'm going to stop it again when I want to put the next question. Now on the left-hand side here, we see the elementary library resources and the secondary library resources. Most of those are exactly the same. The only ones that are different are the Gale resources, and those are separated by content. So for today, I'm going to go to elementary library resources. Okay, so I'm gonna put in a true or false question here, and I'm gonna say elementary, and secondary. And save. Okay, here we go. Keep going. And down here, we see Sora, which is the web-based version of the online e-reader. Tumble Books, that's in both English and Spanish. Destiny Library Online, this is a way for you to search our library. We also have Tumble Math, that's new. Britannica Encyclopedia, Britannica Image Quest, Culturegrams, PebbleGo. This is the Gale online resources for research. That's what's different for both elementary and secondary. Maps 101, Learn 360 streaming videos, great content in there for your students. World Book Web. So this is for you that you can use, and also you can direct your students here to access these same resources. I also want to go to, if we go back to parents and students and scroll down here on the right where it says technology help. This is the other place that I wanted to direct you to, because we have all these videos available for you, your students and their parents, if they're having any trouble accessing any of these. And every one of these, if you click it, like how to connect to Wi-Fi, and then we have a video right there. So all of these have their own videos, connecting to Content Keeper, navigating to Sora, how to access PebbleGo, and then down here we have some additional secondary help. Some of this is the same, some of it isn't. Okay, so let's say that I wanted to do an open-ended video question, and I wanted to say what can be found on the technology help page. Now, when I go to the grading, if there's multiple choices, we'll grade it automatically. If there is an open-ended question, then I actually have to go in and grade and give credit for this particular one. So I'm going to go on and click save. And click. And then also on the left, so that is the student technology help. And then also down here, we have the student parent tech support. And this is the same information I've emailed out about tech support and how students can get help by emailing the student support information website. Okay, let's say I wanted to move this question to be closer to this area here. So all I did was I clicked and drag, and I moved that down a little bit farther because I didn't like the spacing of where it was there. So I just moved it. So I'm going to go on and finish the video. And then let's see, the teacher staff resources. Here's some updated resources about using Zoom, Zoom guidelines, and how to create public and private comments in Google Classroom. So I I hope this video has been helpful. Thank you for watching. Okay, so now that I've finished, I've added my question. On the top right, I'm going to click where it says finish. It's going to take me back here. I now have my video with 3 questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign it to my Google Classroom, to the class that I have in there. So I'm going to click assign, and it wants me to know which class. Now, if I had other classes in here, those would be in here. Now I'm going to click my EdPuzzle. Notice I got a couple options here. Prevent skipping. I could choose if I don't want kids to skip through the questions, I can do that. Post on Google Classroom, if I wanted to add a post on there, yes. And now I'm gonna click assign. And that's gonna assign it directly to my Google Classroom. Now notice when it did that, it opened up here. Let me move that. It opened up all of the people that are in my Google Classroom. So thank you to everybody who joined. If you didn't join, I think Ms. Brooks put the join code in the chat. So go on and join so you can do that. Now, what I would like for you to do as my student is go to your Google Classroom. I'm going to give you about 5 minutes. Go to your Google Classroom and view this video and go on and answer the questions. So notice I'm going to refresh here. Stream was updated. Notice it says Laura Christie has posted a new assignment via EdPuzzle. EdPuzzle helpful resources. So take a moment and go and complete that assignment. If you have questions, I can help you. If you can just type in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer any questions for you. I don't know why it's telling you you don't have access, because some people it seems to be working for some. Let me see. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. If one of you can share your screen with me so I can see what you're seeing, that would be helpful. Somebody who's having problems viewing the video. And you can unmute yourself, whoever's sharing. Okay, Dora. So go to Google. No, okay, yes. Click on that. Let's see. Access this video. Check with the teacher if it belongs to you. Make sure you logged in with the right account. That is strange. I'm not sure why. Okay, click OK. And it's taking you to EdPuzzle. All right. Let me So it seems to be a message from EdPuzzle.
Did they have their own, have they created their EdPuzzle account?
Oh, good point. Did you guys create an EdPuzzle account?
Okay, she did.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, I already had one.
So why is some of you, like Miss Akbani, Miss Brooks, you guys are able to see it just fine? Did you guys get an error message?
I
Miss
did.
Kate? Miss Case, you got an error message?
I didn't get an error message. I was right in there. Is it because maybe when he first popped up on to log in your classroom, did they click on something that was kind of different?
Class just got a lot more interesting. Sign in with Google, yeah.
Yeah, so they should have just signed in. Yeah.
Use your district Google account.
Mm-hmm.
Ask your teacher to add you to your Google Classroom connected class.
Miss Christie, try refreshing your class. Like
Yeah, refresh your class
Refresh on EdPuzzle?
Yes.
on your Google Classroom.
Okay, I can do that too.
Try that because they may have just joined yours.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you see? And so you got to refresh to update it.
Okay, I refreshed both.
Okay.
Try again.
Now it took me to this.
Yes, okay, no, that's what you need. Because EdPuzzle needs to access to your Google account. Allow that.
It got stopped. It stopped. Let me see. So it went to this now because I have both of those classes.
Okay, well, we don't need any of that right now.
Right.
Go on, just keep this open, but go back to your Google. Yes, now try again.
Still.
Okay, then do this. Let's close this tab.
There's one right there.
Yeah, close all those EdPuzzle tabs.
Okay.
Log out of Google Class or log out of Google Classroom and let's go back in. When all else fails, reboot. Sign in again. That's fine. Now hang on, that's your Hotmail account. That's not.
Yes, I'm gonna sign it out again.
Okay.
Oof. Let me see. It's too many accounts.
I know.
So I have all the girls here and mine and okay, should be there. Nope.
What in the world? Make sure you're logged in with the right account. You are.
Right. I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to ask what's up with that. Because it seems, make sure, so it says you don't have access to the video. I wonder.
Mine is also asking me, saying that you have to give me access.
Let's see, if you look at my screen, let me go back to my screen.
When I share my.
It doesn't have anywhere that I give you access.
They put the code in, right?
Right. Yeah, because I'm in the thing. I'm in the class.
This is the message I'm getting.
What does this say? Yeah, sign in with Google.
And then when I do that, it just keeps
Ask your
bringing
teacher
up.
to add you to your Google Classroom connected class.
But I'm in your Google Classroom.
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
I wonder if it has to do with the fact that I assigned it. Let me reassign it.
yeah.
Okay.
Let me
Oh,
reassign
it
it.
could be it after they join. Isn't Google
Maybe.
Classroom?
But I had it before. I joined it before.
Okay, let me go back. I'm gonna open my video. And I'm gonna assign it again. My EdPuzzle training, post on Google Classroom, and assign. Okay, so everybody that's in there,
Mhm.
go back to the Google Classroom and refresh it and try the new link.
No, it's the same thing. It's telling me that I don't have access.
Where do I give you access? That is
That's
so
okay. We'll figure it out.
Yes, I'll figure it out. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Delete assignment, share assignment. Okay, so this is where I could add just the regular link. I'm gonna try that. Oh, but I'm not sharing my screen, so you guys have no idea what I'm talking about right now. Okay, so here in EdPuzzle, if I go to share assignment right here, then I have a link that I can copy here, and I can copy and paste that into something else. Like if I had Seesaw or something. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to classwork, create, assignment. A puzzle link, I'm gonna add a link. This is my last ditch effort, add link. And assign. Okay, try this top one. If you're in my class,
Okay.
try that one and see. You need access.
Nope.
Okay, read to
So-
me the exact error message. You need access.
Yeah, it's the same thing. You don't have access to the video, and then it's the same thing from the EdPuzzle. I'll redo the EdPuzzle thing again, and I'll make sure that it's connected to the Google Classroom.
I am stumped. Okay, well, I'm really sorry about that, guys. That was
That's
not
okay.
something that I foresaw. But I'm going to email EdPuzzle and get to the bottom of it, and I will definitely let everyone know what that was all about. But in the meantime, let me go back to my classes. So notice here that I can see who has finished, who has turned it in. Some people were able to. This is the first one where some people were actually able to. So I could actually see who was able to get in and who was able to finish it and where they are in the process.
Awesome.
I can also see how if people have gotten the questions right or if they have just clicked through. I can definitely see how that has gone. If I like let's say that Miss Case, let's say that I see that she's kind of halfway completed it. I can reset this for her, and I can, which means that I want her to go back and try again. But I don't accept her answers, and I want her to go and try again. But this is how we can do. I can also go by question, and I can see how many people got how many questions right. 3 still pending to grade. Now this is the one that was the open-ended question. So if I click there, I can see who wrote what answered. So I can still go through there. So let me go back because I want to go to students because let's say I need to, I'm going to go to Ms. Terrell. So I can also see here that she has watched 100%. She got 1 question right. One of them I haven't answered. Notice here's the question that she got right. This is the question she got wrong. And this is the question I still need to grade. So if I scroll down here, I can see how she said, okay, parents and students in the library resources, 100% correct. She put false on that the elementary and library resources are mostly the same. She said those were false, which was incorrect. And then what can be found on the technology help videos to help answer questions? I'm going to say she got 100% on that one. So now it will tell me that she got a grade of 67 out of 100. And I can go on to the next student. So that's how I can go through and I can grade them really easily. Now, Ms. Terrell, if you wouldn't mind, please looking in your Google Classroom. I'm curious to know, and if you could share that with us, that would be great. If you could show us, share your screen and show us on the student side what it looks like when you get, do you see a grade? Ms. Terrell? Hello?
Okay. I was trying to get to it. So
Okay.
let me share my screen.
Thank you.
Mess, so you guys got to excuse anything else. But I'm going to bring this up and I'm going to share this. 1 second. And share. Okay, and this is what I saw that I got. This says the video completed 100%. I got 1 out of 3, and it says to be graded.
Okay, refresh that for me, please. Now that I've done that, I'm curious to know what it looks like on your side. Can you refresh that page? There's some updated resources about using
Zoom. I hit the wrong thing. Let me refresh that. And
okay, good. Go to show results for me, please.
Okay, I'll move you guys so I can see it too. There it is.
Excellent. Okay, now go to the Google Classroom class.
Now how do I get there? I'm a little confused. Go back to classwork.
Classwork, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And graded. Click on this EdPuzzle helpful resources, the first one, the one that says graded. Down one, that one, yes.
Okay.
Oh, click it again. Now down below where it says view assignment, yes.
Okay.
And then, yeah, close that. Okay, so it does tell you your grade right there. At the top, it says 66.67 out of 100, right next to where it says your work. Good, so I was curious to know if it actually gave the students feedback in Google Classroom as well.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Terrell. You can stop sharing, and I'm going to, so, okay. EdPuzzle account's asking me for a code. And EdPuzzle, Dora? EdPuzzle is asking you for a code? There was no code. Did it ask anybody else for a code? No, I didn't think so. Okay, that's unusual. I'll write that down too. Okay. Well, that is the basics. Oh, that is what you mean. Account. Okay, upgrade code. We don't have an upgrade code. That is for like the full version of it. We don't have that. This is the free version. Yeah, we don't have any codes. We're not that lucky. Thank you for clarifying that for me.
Yeah, so everything looks good. I don't know why it's not allowing me to.
Oh, I'm going to be calling somebody as soon as this is over. I'm going to get to the bottom of the you need access issue because that's not good. Okay. So does everybody understand about how you can upload different content, what kind of content you can use, how to search from YouTube, how to add questions, the actual meat and potatoes of using EdPuzzle? Does anybody have any questions about that? Okay, then I wanted to just go over a couple of tips and tricks that were suggested when making videos and making content. Yes, we all need to practice. Oh, I'm gonna touch on that here in just a second too. But let me have some notes because I've done so many webinars, you don't even know. Okay. EdPuzzle tips and tricks. So this is from the EdPuzzle webinar that I attended. Don't stress out about video quality. Your kids just want to see you at this point. They want to hear your voice. Anything that connects them back to you, they're gonna absolutely fall all over and just love. They want to see you. They want to hear your voice. Take advantage of what teachers already have created within EdPuzzle. Again, I'm going to go back to my screen share. If you go back to content, and remember if I search up here for content, like if I say fractions, These are videos that are created from other users. So take advantage of what other people have in addition to the curriculum, searching the curriculum specifically. It is different. So make sure that you're searching in both places. Remind students to work independently, encourage students to read or write, be creative. It says give projects. Using those little notes. We didn't really practice the notes part, but you can add the notes. And when you're adding questions, you can also add a little note in there, kind of to give them some encouragement as they're going through to read certain pages or read about this, or don't forget about this as you're completing this assignment. All of that is good. And also, I just want to touch one more time on using the YouTube videos. If you find a video on YouTube, you just paste it into this box right here, and it comes up automatically. Now, remember that when you use YouTube videos, that you're going to have to make sure that those are unblocked. So, and I wanted to give you the website for that. So I'm going to stop sharing right now. And I'm going to paste a link into your box, into the chat box that you can, I don't know if you can copy and paste it, but I can also, if the copy and paste doesn't work, you can, I'll email this link out as well. So that is a link that is right here, this unblock a YouTube video. Anytime that you're using YouTube videos that you have found, first of all, be sure you're watching the whole video. Make sure that it is completely kid-friendly. And then when you've done that, then you fill this out, and then they will unblock it for you. And that is pretty much the end of my presentation, with the exception that you guys couldn't access the video that I made. What questions can I answer for you? What do you wish this could do that I didn't talk about?
Okay, I have a question, Miss Christie.
Yes, ma'am, Miss Cates.
Okay, so if a teacher, is there a way that a teacher could use the same video and make two different versions of it, like one for like her general kids that are on level, and then have the same video but have a different set of questions? Can we use, in other words, can we use a video more than one time?
Yes. So in your content, if I go back, let me see. I'm going to share my screen one more time.
Okay.
So I'm going to go finish here. Go back to my content. So notice here now I have two versions of this because I did it twice.
Okay.
So every time that I can choose to edit it, but let's say that in this the Science Matters one, down here on the right it says duplicate. So once I have one exactly the way I want it, and let's say that I wanted to edit a second video for a separate set of students, that let's say that this one was arted for less questions, then I would duplicate it and I could do it that way.
Okay, how do you, I'm like, when you say duplicate it, you just make.
Are you looking on my screen?
Yeah, I'm looking now.
In this lower right-hand corner area, it says assign, edit, duplicate, and delete.
Okay, hold on. I had to move my chat box. Okay, I got you now. Thank you.
Sorry. Okay, so yes, you can duplicate videos, so you can have different videos for different groups of kids.
Okay, great. Thank you.
What else can I answer? Anyone?
Oh, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Spanish. For our Spanish kids, our DL kids.
Good question.
I'm just asking.
Okay, one thing I didn't talk about were these popular channels down here. This is another way to continue and to search for content. I do not know.
I was just wondering.
Spell something in Spanish. What would be a word that I could use to search in Spanish? Mr. Rios, I know you're here. Give me an idea. What can I type in this box that's in Spanish?
Is he on there?
He should be. I thought I saw him.
He might be muted. What is that? Animales? Can we do animals? Animales?
Okay, A-N-I.
M-A-L-E-S, I think.
A-N-I-M-A-L-S. M-A-L-E-S.
I think.
Oh yeah, it did.
Oh.
So really,
Okay.
just searching in Spanish helped me find what I needed to.
Okay. That would work. Okay.
Okay, so I have a question about that. You know, like on Google, it'll say translate this page.
Yes.
If we type it in English and then we hit translate the page, would it translate what we typed in our search bar where we could put it into this? No, does that make sense?
No, say it again.
When you if you type something in your search engine in Google and then hit translate, it's going to translate it into whatever language that you want. Could we use that and then just paste it in here?
Sure. Another way that you can do it is if you go to Google Translate. Is one of my favorite tools ever. So if I wanted to translate something from English to Spanish, I would say animals, and I would translate to Spanish. So I've used this tool to send emails to parents. I think it's very it's a decent tool. I don't think it's perfect because it's very literal. It's a very literal translation, but it still will get the point across. And if I really wanted to be extra, then I would get one of my Spanish friends to read it real fast and make sure that everything was correct. But either one of those would be great. Anybody else? Great questions. Okay, well, we are coming up on 1 hour, which is the time that we had together today. I'm going to disconnect from you guys and go dig deep into why certain people needed access. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you need me for anything. I'm here for you. I will be sending an email with a link to this video along with the answers, questions about needing access, and anything else that you need. Yes, ma'am, Ms. Cates. Oh, are you waving? I can't hear you.
My bad. I was trying to be courteous. Okay. Question. This is just for me in our campus. When we send out staff notes, is there a way that you could if you could shoot me like an email or something when you have like in advance of upcoming PDs?
Oh,
you may want to do? Yeah, I mean, so when I put it on staff notes, like upcoming next week, I can say, okay, on Thursday, Miss Christie is doing this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, sure. That was just a question for us.
Thank you, Miss Christie.
Yes, Miss Richardson.
I said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. And you saw how you could put it into Seesaw, right?
Yes, ma'am. That was perfect. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming. Let me know how I can help you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.